it should be a fun week. I've got some good stuff to talk about. You've got some good stuff to talk about. But
Rado and I have a little bit of a different approach when it comes to what we're going to talk about. I like to write things out and have like more of a plan. Rado likes to go willy-nilly and does not write. Oh, you write it to yourself?
yeah,
He
it's
doesn't
all.
share it with me.
This is the first time I'm not. No, this is a few times I haven't shared with you.
Yeah, first time, few times. You never share it with me. So he told me today that he was not going to tell me again. And I said, you know how much I love winging it. So
Well, here's the
let's see
thing:
what we're going
is
to talk about.
yo, Curdy boy, that's my buddy. Welcome to the
Hi.
podcast, dude. We're filming in progress, but we do it live here also. The reason I've decided to stop talking about it is because we've had conversations prior to the podcast. And when I talked to her about it, like she's like, oh my God, or like it's really expressive. And then when we talk about it normally, it's just like, okay, I've already heard this part and so forth. So first expression is important.
Okay, I get it. I understand. That's true. So we're going to hear all about the exciting things. Well, that's true because if you were to write it, there's no way my nosy ass would not be looking through it. So,
Exactly. Honestly, though, the first crazy thing that like kind of pops to my mind because you've been asking me to like move to LA and like saying, "Hey,
oh,
you
you're
need to get
moving
out
to
here."
LA? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm not
Oh,
moving to LA, but I do want you to know this
one
might
day
be
soon.
partially why.
Why you're not moving to LA?
Yeah. So I was literally scrolling
I, d-
through. What?
I don't
What's
like
wrong
where
with?
this is going already. The topics you're talking about are why you're not moving to LA. That's the opposite of what I want to hear.
Well, you have to understand that I am not as rich as you and Alex, so I can't afford to live out there. First of all,
That is not true. You can 100%.
I cannot live in a $40,000 a month
You
rental in the art district.
40,000? What are you talking about? Also, I know your rent. You can easily find places here for that. You're not off. Like you are not that far off at all.
Well,
You're pretty average on it.
not according to this house that just went up for sale. It
Okay.
literally is. It just went for the asking price of 1.7 million, and it's the size of a hotel room. It's
Where is it?
350 square feet. I don't know. It's in LA somewhere. It's in
Okay,
California.
location is a big deal, but also I there has to be more to it. I saw something about that. See, if I would have known we were talking about this, I could have prepared and told you why. It's like a ridiculous thing,
I know exactly
but
why.
why?
You don't think I researched it, but still, let me just point that out one more time.
Okay.
It's the size of a hotel room. It's 350 square feet, and it went on
Mm-hmm.
sale for 1.7 million. And you know what else
Mm-hmm.
is crazy?
What?
The offers are already above and beyond that.
Oh, of course, I'm sure. But what is with this place?
Fine, there is a kicker.
Oh,
It's on pristine
oh.
land where all the houses around it are like $5 million and up. So a lot of these developers want it, and so even if they put the money in and did stuff, it's still like I guess they're under budget. But still, come on, 1.7 million. It was a house that
So
was
they're
built in
like
like 1948.
going to knock it down and then rebuild on top of it?
I don't know, probably
I
build a better
mean,
350 square foot house.
that's not. Is there how much land is that? Is there?
I don't know. I didn't look that up, but still, that was crazy to me.
Okay, well, that's you're not living there. Jesus.
No, I'm not going to live in a hotel room. I can't afford a $1.7 million hotel room. Are you crazy?
Okay, you can find places for the same price that you're paying easily.
Doubt it.
What are you talking about? You're acting like
Doubt
I
it.
don't know rent here.
I mean, how big is it?
I don't know.
Anyways, I love Colorado. It's hard to make that decision.
Okay, Jesus Christ. One day you also said you loved Androids and would die on the hill of never having an iPhone, but here we are.
Yep, there's time for change, and just so everybody knows, both on TikTok Live and here, I finally really gave Apple a thumbs up the other night, like a very big
Mm,
thumbs up. You guys would be shocked by the
I
impressive.
was.
And that was due to live streaming quality, but
Yeah.
it was weird. It was weird. So
I
that was
mean,
important.
I was surprised you said the nice things about the iPhone, but I'm not surprised that it was a better quality than your Android.
Listen, there was one thing. It definitely was just a minor thing, and we won't get into the other things. But Apple did get a thumbs up, which is big for you guys. One thing that did concern me, because we talked about it once upon a time, I think, maybe on the podcast as well as when I was in LA, but there's some counterfeit Botox injection scandal going on around the US right now.
Around the US?
Yeah.
Botox?
Yes.
What the hell's going on with Botox?
There is counterfeit Botox. I didn't dive into it. I know it's affecting like 9 states or something like that, or 6 states where
What is that? So it's just fake Botox that they're injecting in people?
probably it could be saline. I don't know what they're injecting. It's just there's a
What the
counterfeit
hell?
Botox scandal going on right now.
Is
So be careful.
it like be careful, thank you.
I thought about you. I was like, watch out. You don't want
I
to get
do
the
love
wrong one.
I do love my Botox. I have a lot of questions though. Wait, it's something with like the Botox companies before they're giving it to the doctors to do, or
Well, Just Breathe just mentioned that it makes people sick. I didn't get into it because I don't really care about Botox. Look at this flawless skin as it is, but I just like I know you people in California really love the little.
in California? What the hell?
I'm just look.
I
I'm trying to look
mean,
out for you. I care
thank you.
about
I
you, and
appreciate it.
last thing I want is some weird bubble to like pop up on your face. So
Thank you for worrying about my face and Botox. I do love my Botox, but I will say I was getting Botox before I was in California, so I don't know if that's just a California thing.
I do want to. Katie made a good point. She's referencing probably about 5 minutes earlier in this podcast where I literally said, "You don't think I did my research?" Touche for one, and secondly, I did my research on the tiny little house. Okay, not on Botox. I
I'm like,
saw it.
literally, this is why I have questions.
Okay, here's what I can tell you though. I think you're in the
Okay.
clear because here's where these scandals are taking place right now. And luckily for you, it's not in California.
Okay, so why did you say
That we
you
know of.
people in California
Hey, it
and
could be
then now
spreading.
it's not even happening? It could be spreading. Now it's not even in California. Where is it happening at?
Okay, so far we've got Colorado, Florida, Illinois, Kentucky, Nebraska, New
Colorado,
Jersey.
you're joking. You tried to rush through that so fast. Colorado's the first one.
It's the first one I wrote down in alphabetical order. Okay, calm down. Alphabetical order.
I'm dying. You people in California love your Botox, but guess what? It's not happening in California. It's happening in Colorado. Sorry.
Yeah, you guys
What?
love your Botox. We apparently can't get it here, so we're scalping it or doing whatever, and we're
Doing
making.
illegal shit and hurting people?
Hey, Colorado did a lot
You're
of
right.
illegal shit back in the day, and now look at us. Everything's almost legal, and we're thriving. So, Botox might be the next big thing. If maybe we're trying to figure something out.
I just don't understand where the hate for California comes when you literally pulled up a story and it's all about, it starts with Colorado.
I didn't say like hate on California. I'm just saying I know that in California.
You picked two topics so far that shit on California. You talked about the house, and then the second thing is you said you people in California love your Botox, and like it made it a jab at California when this isn't even going on here.
Listen, you guys were the pioneers of Botox, okay? And now look what's happening to the rest of the world,
Do you
okay?
even know that's a fact?
I have no idea, actually. Yeah.
Of course, because
Can we have a Katie, our producer, please look up where Botox originated from, please?
Botox is from. I'm done.
And we will come back. We will come back to the Botox. But be careful
Okay,
out there,
go on.
everybody that uses Botox.
Yeah, be careful if you live in Colorado.
Yeah, be careful. And well, I didn't finish. There's also New Jersey, New York, Tennessee, and Washington. So it's happening. Oh, it started in San Francisco. See, Silicon Valley.
Good thing I'm in LA.
Oh, speaking of, that is where that little house is actually in Silicon Valley. Now that I think about it, interesting. Okay, besides all the crazy California stuff and things, I did run into one cool ass educational thing today, and that
Oh,
over the last couple of years, they have found these fossils of basically the easiest way to describe it. This is what they call it: is the giant lizard fish of the Severn. Does that sound crazy?
sounds insane. Do you have a photo?
I don't have a photo. I mean, I looked at one. Basically, imagine
What is
this.
this thing called?
Well, it's actually called an Ichthyotician severnissus, but it means lizardfish
Okay,
of the
never
Severn.
mind. Wait, lizard.
This thing's basically a whale with a lizard head, is what it is. And I know it doesn't sound real, but they've apparently there's like 100 species so far of this that they found in the Jurassic period. Obviously, it doesn't exist anymore.
Whoa,
It's extinct.
I see it. Mm-hmm.
Crazy, crazy looking. Do you want to show everybody what it looks like?
Are you talking about the fossil that was found or the actual lizard fish?
I'm probably hyped up, Katie. The lizardfish. Nobody cares about the fossil.
Okay, well, I mean, it's not like a real photo. There's a dinosaur in it.
Well, let's see if it's
This thing? Hold on,
yeah.
let me get my
That's
thing
it.
lower.
Yeah, that is it.
That's
Yeah.
what it looks like, everyone.
So when they found these fossils, though, they said the jawline, the bone that they saw for the jawline was like 6.5 feet. So
Jesus.
basically, the bottom jawline is me, and
Okay.
well, I started thinking about it. I'm like, okay, well, if its jawline is as big as me, I mean, this thing could eat me up in like no time. It was like 82
Yes.
feet, but crazy looking. We got lizard whales, basically. So,
That's insane. I did
well,
not
and they
know
were
about
saying
them.
that they think that it was like a period of time where it was like how like some fish have like come out into land and like they evolved, and then basically you have this lizard, and then during the volcanic period, I guess it like went back to the water and then ended up like being this water creature. I mean, still breathe air and like would give birth supposedly like a whale would. You know, it's a mammal, but
Yeah.
we found a new dinosaur. Basically, it's actually came after the dinosaurs, but
That's
still,
crazy.
yeah. Can you believe we're
I
still
mean, that
finding it?
thing's massive.
Like finding species that we didn't know existed.
If it has anything to do with the ocean, yeah. Yeah, I can believe that. The ocean is scary.
The ocean
I
is
love the
freaking
ocean, but
scary.
it's terrifying, like what's in there.
And the fact that we know more about space than we do, well, it's a saying, like, do we really know more about space? But they say we know more about space than we do about our own waters and what's in them. That's a little crazy.
Scary, it's terrifying.
Like when you see those whales that get washed up and they had like big tentacle like marks across their body, like a giant squid tried to eat them.
I don't know if I know the photos you're talking about.
You never seen like a whale wash up on shore and they find like these lacerations on them as if like a huge giant squid was trying to eat it?
No, not that part. I guess I've seen photos of whales on the washed up, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, well, if you were scared of the water, you should be a lot more scared now after seeing those. Uh, Sierra, okay, so humans have only explored 5% of the world's ocean while it covers 71% of the planet. Like, that's a crazy
That's
number.
insane. Yeah. Yeah, no thank you.
Yeah, no, it's nuts.
I mean, those are some wild
This was just some stuff I
stories you
I
have.
came across. I obviously
Love
California
it.
is important to you, and we don't want you getting hurt. And I can't afford a house, so sorry. And then I don't know, dinosaurs.
Well, just be careful at your next Botox appointment. If you need to come here to California where it's safe to get your Botox, you can come here and we'll give you a safe place. Just don't do it in Colorado.
Yeah, but what if it's only like $10?
That should be your first red flag if your Botox is $10.
How much does Botox
You
cost?
just come here.
$150.
Depends. Yeah, it could be, depending on the area.
Where do you get Botox? Forehead?
Where do I get Botox?
Just people in general.
Or people.
Like, yeah.
People, I'll name the spots that people usually get. People usually get their forehead or between their eyebrows or their crow's feet. Yep, you could get that done.
I need to get that done.
Or I said you could get that done.
Wait, chat. Did she say need or did she say could? I'm
I
pretty sure there
said
was a need.
Could. I said you could get that done.
Okay, so
You could get
forehead.
that done. And then this thing, remember you're doing this the other night? You could get that done as well.
I appreciate that, Lou. Okay, so Botox for Rado is okay. She said, "Could Katie?" I'm counting on you. So I got to get my crow's feet, which are these guys. Those aren't too
I
bad.
don't know if you need, I don't think you need the crow's feet.
I
You,
just need the
this
forehead.
part though, when you go like this. Yeah. Oh yeah.
But what happens if I have Botox and I do that? Is it going
That's
to
a
be like
big guy.
this?
You can still do the face. It's just not going to be that big dip.
Yeah, but if I do the face and there's no dip, that looks weird.
No, it just looks like you don't have a big dip.
Okay, I don't have a big what? Dip?
A big dip.
Oh, okay. Making sure I heard that right. So being that you live out in California, tell me about what the hell is going on with Coachella. Like, I know it's a big music festival and stuff, but why is it like
You
the
don't
best
know
of the
about
best of the best?
Coachella?
Yeah, why is it so
I
special?
don't know if, well, Coachella's been going on for years and years. Like, I was actually just talking to a friend last night who said the first time she went was in like 2005. So this has been, I don't know what year. Katie, do you know what year Coachella first started? But obviously back then it was like all about the music. Like, that was literally all it was about. But now it's turned into this like freaking empire for influencers and brand deals, and it's like it is blown up into, oh my gosh, 1999 was the first Coachella. That's crazy. It's just turned into a whole thing. It's like a mega festival for influencers basically. And so yeah, it's I
Why?
don't know how
So
it
now
got to
people
be
like
that
try.
way, but
Yeah, I feel like people try to make it seem like if you're not at Coachella, like you ain't shit, basically.
know if that's the
Chat, can I
takeaway
have
from
anybody
it.
else that agrees with me, please? You know what I find myself doing right now?
I think there's a lot of people that like kind of try to give that like vibe of like, oh, I don't care about Coachella, which is fine. I don't think you have to care, but like a lot of people are like protest against Coachella because it's turned into the whole like influencer thing. So I think like a lot of people are 50-50, but it's funny because I feel like people will go off saying that left Coachella, but then like you still see so many people going. Obviously, every year it's like
Yeah,
massive. 3 days for is it 3 weekends in a row or something like that? But yeah, it's like a massive like
festival.
brand deals, parties and stuff. It's 2 weekends.
2 weekends.
So it's 2 weekends.
Shoot.
But last weekend, dude, I was dying. I was sending so many of these TikToks to Alex, just like laughing so hard. Do you know Grimes?
Mm-hmm.
She's a DJ or whatever.
Yeah,
So
she's
apparently
also has
something
Elon
happened.
Musk's child.
Okay, well that's secondary, but yes. So she's performing. She's like
Yeah.
DJing, and apparently something happened where I don't know DJ wording. I don't know what I'm about to say, but she apparently before she DJ'd, she sent her tracks off to someone else to do something, and they did it wrong. So when she was on stage performing, apparently she didn't double check that, which is insane. If you're performing at Coachella, you don't like double check someone else's work. Anyway, the tracks were off. It was like doubling like the speed. It was going way too fast, so she was having a hard time. She was screaming in the mic. Like, I could not believe a human was doing this. Like, I was just laughing. So she just like kept like grabbing the mic. Like, she's like trying to figure it out. And then she would just like grab the mic and then just start like screaming in it.
What
And
was
it
she
was just
screaming?
like the most, literally just like screaming noises.
I'm gonna need a
like
visual.
not words.
I need to see like.
I'm not gonna scream.
I don't
I'm
know
not
if
gonna
you don't
scream.
do it. What kind of screaming? Like words?
I can't do it. Just yelling.
Was she like? Don't believe a word they say.
No, she wasn't. Oh. She was just screaming like she was pissed. And then everyone was like leaving her set because it was just like chaos and nobody knew what the hell was going on because she's just like.
So does that mean that
freaking
she like
out.
had another DJ supposedly supposed to have the track set up so it sounds like she's DJing and she actually has no idea what the hell she's doing, or is she a real DJ?
I think it's kind of like a split where it's like I think she has someone else do a lot of her work for her so that like in a real situation that's like having actual issues, like she doesn't know enough to enable like in order to fix it. Like she knows enough to like perform what she does, but in the situations where there are issues,
So
she
basically,
doesn't know how to fix it.
she's a lip sync DJ.
I think that would be like equivalent, probably. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I don't want to talk shit on Grimes, but
I don't want to talk shit on
that's
Grimes either
what
because
it
I love
seems
Elon
to
Musk
be.
and I don't want Elon Musk coming for me. So listen,
Okay, I do
it's
love
the
Elon
person's
Musk too,
fault.
but
It's not her fault. It's whoever was supposed to make those tracks perfect.
well, I mean, like, yeah, but it is also her responsibility as a performer to make sure you have your shit together. So
That's crazy. I just like it's weird to me. Like we have what's called Country Jam out here, and it's a huge country festival that lasts all weekend, and a lot of big artists and things. And it's the same way. People like come camp. They have like, I mean, it's
I don't
crazy.
know if it's the same as Coachella, but
See
yeah,
what
we
I
can go
mean?
with
Now you're
that.
putting exactly what I was saying earlier to fruition. Like we're not good enough for
Coach
Coachella.
I didn't go to Coach. I've gone to Coachella 1 year, and I like don't have a desire to go back again. I loved it. It was great. I think it's a great experience, but it's just like I don't. I'm kind of over the going to festivals like that. So
Can we just
not.
like backtrack though and like do a rewind of like how you said it when I was talking about Country Jam? Like your expression was
You're
like,
telling
hold on,
me
hold on. Your expression was like, I think
because
Coachella's a little different.
okay, because I could say that you could tell me another huge festival, and I would still say Coachella was different. Coachella is not like a normal festival. That's what I was telling you. It's like a mega brand deal for influencers. Like it's a whole thing. It's not necessary. It's not even Coachella isn't even so much about a music festival as it's become like a brand in
That's what
itself
I'm
in a
saying.
way.
It's a who's who. If you're not going to Coachella, you ain't shit.
That's not you think that about me? I didn't go.
I'm saying they probably think that
I
about you because you didn't go.
I don't think anyone thinks that. I
Anyways,
think maybe you have some insecurities that you're getting out right now that like that's how you actually feel deep down inside.
I'm asking. I don't know anything about Coachella. I just
You're
everybody seems to
projecting.
make it this crazy huge thing, and you are saying that
I mean, it is. It's great. I
I
think
like
all
festivals.
everything, anything that's fun, any kind of festival. I'm not saying it's better than
Oh,
a different festival. I think festivals are great. I think they're fun. I think anything with music is amazing. I am just saying that Coachella has like become something else that's not just a music festival. So to compare it with a normal music festival, I'm like, that's just not accurate.
it's a little different. No, I'm with you.
It is a
100.
little different.
That's a little different.
I'm not saying one's better than the other.
Anyways, what I am curious about is
Jesus
Sierra
Christ.
is talking about Billie being there, sneaking some of her new stuff. Seemed like a dream, though. Billie Eilish. I don't know the story. Do you know the story?
Yeah. So, you know Lana Del Rey,
I
right?
do.
She was like one of the headliners, and she brought out Billie Eilish as a
Mm.
surprise guest. I actually don't know what C is talking about with the new stuff, though. I didn't know that she
Well,
released anything
I
new.
know she has like new songs, and I think her playlist got leaked somewhere. Somebody leaked her
No, you're
playlist.
talking about Taylor.
Oh, Swift.
Are you talking about Taylor
I don't
Swift?
know. I thought it was
Taylor
Billie.
stuff got leaked.
Oh, I don't care.
Was it Billy?
I thought somebody had
Does
like a play.
anyone
Well,
know
yeah,
this
because Billie
information?
basically was like, "Yo, f these people" or whatever, and that like leaked her song list or something like that.
This is when we need some facts because I actually don't know if that's true or false. I know Taylor's stuff was getting leaked, but speaking of Taylor, Taylor was there in the crowd. Her and Travis were
I saw
there,
that.
and Ice Spice gave her a big shout out and played Karma, which is one of Taylor's songs, which is pretty cool. She's just like living it up with Travis.
Hey, you know what? Baby soon. She said she has an album coming out
Oh.
soon. She played some snippets at Coachella. She will not be releasing singles before the album.
Interesting. Oh, I love Billy so much.
I do too. She's a little crazy, but she's cool. Um,
She's very cool.
yeah, no, she's super cool. So one thing that I think that is exciting for women all across America in sports.
Jesus Christ. Uh huh.
Well, there's
Let's
actually
hear
a few
it.
points here. So I know you mentioned you don't know much about sports, but that women's basketball has kind of been in.
I don't know anything about sports. All I said was I know women's basketball is some kind of a trending topic that I'm seeing, but if you ask me why, I don't know.
Have you heard of Caitlin Clark?
I know the name, but again, and I've seen her name and I've seen her in her uniform, but I don't know why.
Okay. And C is here. Yes. See,
Yeah,
look, do you
I know I'm
see?
getting yelled at in the chat right
I'm gonna
now.
bring up a few points here. Okay. I'm gonna hit you with a little history, and I'm gonna hit you with kind of where things are going. And this is actually really exciting. Obviously, we saw it with
Okay.
soccer. A lot of the women's soccer players wanted fair pay. There's a lot of advocates for it and so
Mm-hmm.
forth. But now it's just fair pay in women's sports in general. So, what I want to bring up, and everybody is subjective. Welcome to our podcast, Simply Subjective. Everybody is subjective when it comes to how the money is paid, why they're not paid as much as like male athletes. And I don't know if you've ever had a conversation about that, about why men might be paid more than women, or
In general
okay,
or in
no, in
sports?
sports.
Because I feel like this is just a general topic, but yeah, we'll go deeper into
Well, let's
sports.
talk about the WNBA. So first of all, before the WNBA, Clark played for Iowa, and there was a big story between her and Angel Reese last year, which we can get into. But
Mm-hmm.
basically, the NBA makes
Is this the fight?
it wasn't a fight, but the NBA makes billions of dollars a year, billions of dollars a year.
Yeah.
The
Mm-hmm.
WNBA actually loses about 10 million or more. I don't know what the actual number is. They lose money, right? Which is crazy. And the NBA actually pays the WNBA 10 million to disperse money to their players. So Caitlin Clark got signed by the what is it? The Indiana. I gotta look here. Sorry, Indiana Fever.
Sorry, just
Yeah.
reading C's. Uh huh.
So she got picked up by Indiana Fever. Do you know what her salary cap for? Maybe Sierra knows. I think it was like 3 years. It's like 3 or 4 years. I think it's like 3 or 4 years she got picked up for. And when you give her salary, you're like,
Mm-hmm.
that's it. To be honest with you,
How much was it?
it's like 300 to 90,000, but for those years. So like the first year she's going to get paid something like I don't know 67,000, and then it goes to 72,000 the next year, and then
What
like
the
90.
hell? Oh, that was for 3 years
Yeah,
worth?
yeah, right. It's crazy, right?
That's insane.
Yeah. But again, it's because of the profit share and how it gets broken out. But here's one thing I want to point out in two aspects. Okay. Yeah. I mean, look at LeBron James, Katie pointed out 127 million.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, but there's a lot that goes to it. But here's what's really cool. So last year,
Mm-hmm.
when Caitlin Clark played against Angel Reese for the NCAA, it was like a whole thing when they lost against LSU. Ashley Reese was doing the like ring thing. She was like doing this. They were talking about her like being a bad sportsmanship, like waving her finger in her face, all of these things. And Caitlin Clark was like, "Hey, it's not a big deal. Like we're all competitive. It's this." It was something that got really blown out, and anybody can pick the side that they want to on how they feel. So this year, two big things happened, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
this is really, really cool. So, with the NCAA championship this year, Clark was on the I'm sorry, for the NCAA championship. So, they drew in an average of 18 million views, which was like the most views that any like NCAA women's basketball team has ever pulled in. And I can't remember what they were comparing it to, but they're big numbers. They're huge numbers.
Yeah.
So she got picked
That's
up. Yeah,
insane.
so she got picked up by the Iowa Hawkeyes. Okay. And I'm going to read that too in a second here. And with like her getting drafted, it had brought in 2.45 million viewers extra than any draft that's ever happened in the WNBA. So here's where this kind of leads to, and this one thing that Sarah said. So she's going to earn a base salary of 76 for first year.
That's crazy.
I know that's not a lot of money. 78,000.
No, that's not at all.
No. Second year, 85 for the third, and then 97,000 for the fourth year. Now
that's wild.
She's gonna make so much more money on brand deals. Trust me. Like she will end up making millions. She'll be fine. But in general, outside of her, obviously not all of these WNBA players are going to have the spotlight like Clark. She's one of the best basketball players. Like she can just drop shots all day long. She's phenomenal. Like she's going to get all these sponsorships, but for other WNBA players, like they're going to have these salaries, and that's obviously like she's a GOAT already, and that's we were looking at her salary like, what? Are you kidding me? Right? So think of all these other girls that probably make $30,000.
Oh yeah, what the hell? If that's what she's making, I can't even imagine.
Yeah. So
what's happening now?
Well,
they're getting more now, right?
No, not.
Is that the happy ending?
But here's where it comes to, is when you look at the profitability of why some male sports are where they are and women's is because it comes down to fans. It comes down to the amount of money that comes in, advertising, all of that contributes to it. Well, with like people like Clark, who's blowing up right now and bringing all of these extra views in, it means that more advertisers, like their game that they just had, they actually are moving it because they were going to play in a stadium that could seat like 2,000 people, but because of all the hype and everybody trying to get tickets, they're actually moving it to a stadium that can seat over 20,000 people. Like that's the jump.
That's amazing. Yeah.
So all of this is just going to contribute to things like if there's more money coming in general, then it's going to help those other athletes that aren't going to have those brand deals and aren't going to have all that other stuff to actually be able to make a better living and have that kind of stuff. So I think it's cool. I like to see the women's sports thrive.
So we're moving forward with it.
So far. Yeah. So.
Okay. I like that. That's nice. That's good.
So that was kind of, I love Galen Clark. She's just a class act. I mean, if you've ever seen her interview, she's awesome. She's great.
I need to read them now. I've seen like things, but I have not read anything about it or like actually watched all of it. So now I will.
Yeah. So I'm happy for them. I hope that things will become more and more exciting and for them. And I love to see the competition. I think it's great. And other than that, honestly, that's our topics for the week. But now we get to play a game. See, I don't know what this game is. I don't know what we're playing.
This game, it doesn't even have a name. It's just like, it's something I've been so curious about. If you were here last week and you hung out after the show, you would know what I'm talking about. Katie in our chat asked us how to pronounce a word, and Rado and I had very different ways to pronounce it. And then it like got me really thinking more that I'm like, I think Rado and I pronounce a lot of things wrong. And it kind of like split up the chat a little bit.
Could you use
I decided to do
the example of like biotech.
Well, I'm going to,
was it biopic?
No, that wasn't it.
Biopic.
Okay, so that's the first one I was gonna go with. Is basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like put the word in the chat, and then we're gonna read it, and you can. Okay. I mean, you can read it, but biopic was the first one, and you say biopic, insane.
It's biopic.
That's insane to me. That it's biopic. Yeah. So,
but they're wrong.
If you guys are in the chat, you can let us know if you say it my way or Rado's way. I'm pretty sure this
game is just called Rado Says Everything Right game.
No, it's not. Okay, are you ready? I'll put it in all caps so you can
because I won't be able to tell that it's you in there.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter.
No, put it in all caps.
Just write it normal. Okay, are you ready for the next word? Okay. I mean, these words are going to go from like just easy basic words to like me. I mean, they're all kind of easy basic, but some of them I was like, I didn't realize people said it differently. But I want to know how you say this one.
Caramel. It's
Caramel.
caramel.
It's
What are you talking
caramel.
about? There's another A in
You
there.
pronounce it
You're
caramel,
saying camel with an
but
R.
it's caramel.
It's caramel. There's
Oh
literally
my god. See, Katie says it like me.
an A in there.
But nobody, I mean, oh, it's just such like an extreme way of saying it. It sounds so like
Caramel.
you're trying to be like
You like
proper.
caramel?
I say caramel.
Yeah, because you're basic.
Okay, you ready for the next word? Basic. How do you say this word?
Acai.
Acai.
Well, I used
yeah.
to call it
Okay.
acai.
You said that one
But
right.
people have easily
Yeah.
changed it.
You know what? I was actually surprised you didn't say acai. I thought
I said it
that's
for
how you
years
would
like
say
that. And then I ran into somebody from LA and they're like, it's
guys.
acai. And I was like, oh.
But yeah. I mean, it is acai.
Yeah, sure.
That's what it is.
But yeah, I've been corrected
What about
multiple
this
times
one?
on that word. It's vase. Easy.
It's a
It's
vase.
vase. Get some flowers for the vase.
Again, I think you like try to say things so proper, which is so funny to me that you're like that. It's vase.
But vase sounds more proper than vase.
No, it doesn't.
I feel like it is. Vase. It's like so much more like relaxed on the mouth.
No, it is not.
See?
Vase.
See how relaxed that jaw got?
Yeah, right.
Vase.
No.
Vase.
Vase is so like bougie proper. Nobody has a vase unless you live in a mansion.
Say them both together. Let me hear them.
Maybe when I get a mansion, I'll start calling it a vase.
You already live in a mansion. Anything that's over 1,000 square feet in California is considered a mansion.
This is not a mansion.
It's vase.
Okay, how do you this again? These are just normal words. I just am curious how you say them.
Either.
I say either as well. Okay, I wasn't sure if you instead of either. Yeah. Either. Let's see. Okay, so we got some right. How about this?
Data.
I say data as well.
Data.
Okay. Data.
Yo, how much data you got left on your phone there, Jimmy?
Jesus Christ. How do you say this one?
Pajamas.
Okay, pajamas. That's how I also say it. I don't know if you said pajamas.
No, you know why? Bananas in pajamas are marching down the stairs. It's how it gets stuck. Pajamas.
Okay.
Katie says jammies.
So far, we're pretty good. What do we have? We have biopic, caramel, and vase are the three that we are not right. I don't know if I call it like acai. You only say it because you've been corrected.
Charles.
But
can you bring my pajamas? Yeah.
You're so dumb.
And then Katie's 12. I'm going to go put my jammies on now. It's not creek, it's crick.
Oh, it is creek. You say crick? It's creek.
I mean, it spelled like that, but around these parts, we call it the old crick.
Oh, suddenly we are going with spelling when that wasn't the thing with caramel. I'll just do one little last one. This one you should say it like a normal person.
What do you mean normal person? I've been saying all of them normal. Tomato. Yeah.
Just making sure you don't say tomato.
You have to understand, like, it's the same way, like, people from Colorado usually say a lot of A's instead of O's. That's why it's like caramel instead of caramel, or like Colorado instead of Colorado. And then, like, I would say tomato instead of tomato.
What about vase and vase?
The only difference.
That's the opposite.
I'm bougie.
Okay, your rules are so stupid. And now you just said it's because you're bougie, where before you said it's a more relaxed version. I'm so done with you. None of this makes sense. This is chaos.
I live my life like the Big Daddy movie. A 3, a 9, a 12, and an ace. I win. By the way, there's some 12 in cards.
I have a longer list, but we can save the rest for next week to see what else
what we can do. We can.
Oh, yeah. Katie, that's a good idea. Katie wants to ask some.
Yeah.
Mobile.
It's a good one.
I do say that. Mm-hmm.
You got your mobile on you? I don't know if you can see this little dog trying to.
Oh, I was going to say mobile, yeah. Coffee? Oh, baby. He wants love.
It's because his bed is over there instead of next to me. It's mobile.
I don't know why you give everybody
that's
a voice that's not even true. That does not sound like Fritz.
Mobile? Ooh, you have a
There's a baby,
cat.
everybody.
I'm down to answer these.
We
I
have a
think
rat.
I want to end the podcast here.
Yeah,
Thank
let's
you,
do it.
everybody, for being here again. You guys can catch us on TikTok Live every
Thank you,
Thursday at 6:30 p.m.
guys.
Pacific Standard Time. That's 9:30 Eastern. You can hit us up on Instagram DMs. You can email us at simplysubjectivepodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to watch the full episodes, we will be releasing most of them now also on TikTok, but they are on Spotify. So, and Apple and
Yes,
YouTube, all the places.
all of them. Thank you so much, guys.